Trap Recap here. Today, I'll be explaining a 2014 sci-fi action film called Rapture. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. So generic. So we jump right in with Hawk strapped up, running into a convenience store. He bumps into Maggie. Maggie goes back to her husband Ted. They jump in the whip and they hit the road jack. This is Ace, and his brother comes back to the car with some smokes, and he looks real suspicious. So the couple hits the road and they're talking about life when they lose complete power of their vehicle, and they try not to spaz out. So they come to a stop on the side of the road, and Ted pops the hood to try to figure it out. Maggie grabs his phone. It's not working either. They're looking around for a while. He realizes that his watch is also stopped. He notices some people walking up the street. They meet in the middle. They have introductions, and these females say they have the same problem with all their electronics in their car. Same thing happened to Ace and his brother. They run up on a tunnel, and then people come darting out, so they head into the landscape and under the bridge. Ace is looking up to see who's coming, and he realizes his brother's been shot. Some people come running down the hill. They hide out in some trees, and Ace sees some type of glowing beings, and they run away just as this giant thing shows up in the sky. They're running under the trees into a yard. They get into a house. He sees the stolen money that Hawk took from the convenience store. He looks around, then takes his brother into the kitchen to get him something to drink. When Hawk drinks the water, he says it makes it feel like he's burning inside. He gets a big old wound on the chest. The group makes it to the hill, and they see a whole bunch of lightning target and terminate a whole bunch of humans. They run for cover under a bridge, and just as they get there, Petra's girlfriend gets bolted, but Ted tells them they gotta go. So they skeet skirt out of there. They doing a decline down the hill into a yard. They enter a house through the kitchen door, and they walk past, oh shit, that same water bottle. So they're in the house of the brothers. He tells her to go lay down, and he's going to check out the neighbors. They're saying, we have no power. All of the food is rotten. We don't know what to do. So he goes back to the house and makes sure no one there eats or drinks anything. Then Petra says that they have some company. He sees the two brothers, one being wounded. Ace is telling them how he's seen some beings out there, and they're coming this way, and they need to ski skirt and make moves super duper 100. He takes them out there so they can see him with the binoculars for themselves, and they agree that straight up that seems like a threat. So they go back to the house. Ace says his goodbye to his now terminated brother Hawk. Ted is keeping an eye out. He figures out they're gonna ride out like they're the Goonies or the kids in the It, or just Lance Armstrong, on steroids, and they just take off. And then what looks like a cloud or alternate dimension starts bolting people that's walking behind them, and it spreads. They run up on the gang. Hood goes crazy, tries to jack their bikes, succeed. After the melee, the hoods take off on their bikes, but they ain't got no time to feel bad. They still need to make moves, because whatever it is in the sky is still coming and throwing lightning like Thor does. Feel me? So they hide under some little trees, and they think they're safe. Ace checks it out with the binos. He definitely sees that they got the ground game out and they need to go on a better defense. In other words, they can't stay under this curved ass tree. So again, they make moves, but because Maggie's pregnant, she needs to stop. She gets a little sick. Petra says it's okay. God's got a plan for her, which out of nowhere was a little weird. Ted comes over and gives us some smooth talking like, yo, we need to go. Ace sends the shooty whoop to let him know that the ops is on the scene. They start doing the dash. They cutting through everything they can think of. They jump into a rain gutter. They cover it up with some twigs. They lay low. The ops is right on top of them, so close they can smell their butthole. They in there trying to hide. Whatever them things are, they move on. Ted comes out and says, we gotta keep moving, as he usually do. They take a look with the binos. Ace is saying there's no way to beat them. It's an army. They about to extinguish us. We some roaches. And they got the black flag. So he smokes a square. Petra comes over and says it looks like you dying, but God's got a plan for you. They walking through the desert. They wishing that they could find a mirage. Ace takes off the leather. Petra sees some sores, confronts it like, yo, what is that? He looks sick. He ain't liking it. And Petra looks and she has it too. She probably passed it to him like some herpes. She's disgusting. Ace donates the leather to the ground. He also drops to his knees because he didn't want to die. Maggie finds out she got the sores too. She wanted to have a family. Now it looks like it's not gonna happen. Ted's trying to console her, but what could he really say? She says she has no more strength. She's definitely ready to check out. He kisses her and tells her it's still gonna be okay. The alien wormhole murder vessel pulls up. They don't know what they should do. Ted decides that they should just run for the nearest bush like it won't see them. They take off. Petra falls down. He goes back to get her. He forgets that his wife is walking over to the murder vessel. She's ready to surrender to the higher power. It powers up and then destroys her with one bolt right in front of Ted. Also, Ace got annihilated. He's mourning for his wife. He pretty much doesn't care about his life. He goes over and blames Petra. He says all her religious babble made his wife want to give up and that he was never going to forgive her. She tries to say sorry. Ted said he will never forgive her, but they can keep walking, but she has to social distance. He doesn't want to see her face ever. So they continue to walk. They walk so much that they walked more than The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, and more than Forrest Gump ever ran in their lives. And they're not really accomplishing anything because they don't have anywhere to go. They can't eat food. They can't drink. They don't know who's attacking them. Could be aliens. Could be God and his minions. It could be the Minions, literally, from the animated show. It could be a crossover. But they get to this hill, and they look out, and now they see more cloud alien murder vessels destroying everything, and there is nowhere they can go. And that's the end of the movie, Subterranean Boobies.